By now, you probably know all Teslas today have the ability to play games on their touchscreen displays while parked. And if you're one of the lucky ones to own the Tesla Model S Plaid or Model X Plaid, you'll know that the game system in Tesla's latest cars are, well, better than some game consoles out there. But what if you want your Tesla in a game? So far, Teslas have appeared in a number of games, mostly unofficially, including the Grand Theft Auto series, where the original Roadster and Model S appear as the Voltic and Raiden, respectively. Now, though, there's a tie-in with the epic PUBG universe. Players of PUBG Mobile can now visit a Tesla Gigafactory to build a Model Y, as well as see Tesla semis drop supply crates around the map. The placement has been rolled out in the mobile game for now, and the iconography for the game suggests that the Tesla Roadster and Cybertruck might make an appearance, but for now, they're nowhere to be seen. Now, there's a PUBG skit I want to see Viva La Dirt League make. Tesla has begun rolling out version 9 of its full self-driving beta software, featuring Tesla Vision. It's long been a goal of Tesla and Elon Musk to turn every Tesla on the road today into a fully autonomous vehicle, and version 9 is the closest Tesla has gotten thus far. But as with the previous full self-driving and autopilot beta programs, this particular rollout is still in early limited access beta and, as Tesla warns in its release notes, must be used with additional caution. Says Tesla, quote, "It may do the wrong thing at the worst time, so you must keep your hands on the wheel and pay attention to the road. Do not become complacent," end quote. Around 2,000 people have been given access to the beta at the time of writing this, many of whom are Tesla employees, but early videos show that Tesla's latest FSD software appears to be far more capable than the already impressive previous versions. But that doesn't mean you should overly rely on it just yet. Thanks to Dirty Tesla for letting us use their in-car footage for this short. Check them out in the link below. As Rivian gets ready to start deliveries of its R1T and R1S in the US this summer, we've heard from many of you eager to know when Rivian will go on sale in other markets, especially Europe. To date, we'd gone with the previously reported news that Rivian would be working on designing 2 new European market vehicles that were smaller than the R1T and R1S, which, to be fair, are a little big for the average European road. Turns out we were wrong, according to a posting on the Rivian Owners Forum, which quotes an email from Rivian's Customer Engagement Centre. The brand is on track to launch European sales of the R1S and R1T in Europe, quote, sometime in early 2022. This doesn't discount previous reporting, and I'd wager Rivian is still looking to build smaller vehicles for the European market. But if you want the full-fat 3-row Rivian R1S or the original R1T and you're in Europe, well, the wait might soon be over. All that's left to do now is to hope that there won't be any more delays in the North American R1T and R1S launches, because you know they'll have a knock-on effect elsewhere in the world. If you've ever tried to push the range of an EV to its absolute limits, or you find yourself a little too close to empty with many miles to go, you'll know that turning off the air conditioner or heating is usually the first thing to be sacrificed at the altar of range. Buying an EV with a heat pump heating system rather than resistive heating system is known to dramatically save range in cold weather. But what about warm weather? Well, it turns out that Daikin Industries, Japan's largest manufacturer of air conditioning units, says it's developed a new refrigerant that could extend the range of EVs by up to 50%. The key to the breakthrough refrigerant is a far lower boiling point compared to most air conditioning refrigerants, -40, which means that ACs don't have to work so hard to cool the car. This means less energy use, and claims Daikin, a car fitted with a new system, could increase its range by 50% over today's systems, assuming both had their AC running, of course. This seems like a bold claim, but frankly, I can't wait to try it out. These days, it feels like pretty much any plug-in or green vehicle startup is doing everything it can to join the stock market, usually through a reverse merger. After all, with every investor keen to back the next Tesla, money is flowing around almost as freely as $1,000 bottles of wine at the Oscars. Joining the stock market might bring a company almost unlimited cash, but it also means, as Nikola is finding out, a whole lot of extra accountability. And if executives don't do what investors want, bad things happen. Last week, investors in the hydrogen fuel cell truck company rejected a proposal that would have awarded millions of dollars in compensation to existing and former executives, including former CEO and founder Trevor Milton. For some reason, investors weren't happy with the idea that he'd be getting $159 million for his part in the now notorious downhill truck video. With company shares worth a fraction of what they once were, investors aren't about to dilute the company's balance sheet any further than they have to. Ain't karma lovely? Way back when, one way European automakers got their pound of flesh out of a vehicle design was to turn it into as many different types of vehicle as possible, turning a basic family hatchback into an estate car, a van, or perhaps even a pickup truck. And it appears that the London Electric Vehicle Company is following that time-honoured tradition, responsible for the range-extended plug-in LEVC taxicab, a vehicle that's already gained a lot of taxi driver fans due to its 80-mile, 130-kilometre range, not to mention high-power AC as well as both CCS and CHAdeMO DC quick charging capabilities. The LEVC has already begun selling a commercial van variant to customers in the UK. And now it's planning its third. LEVC says it's going to begin production of a camper van, complete with a pop-up roof and sleeping for a small family. But with a price tag equivalent to $86,632 I'm not sure how many Europeans will opt for it over other options, especially with an all-electric Volkswagen camper on the way. Tow charging an electric vehicle, where you pull an EV behind another vehicle using the car's regenerative braking to quickly fill up the battery pack, is something that's technically possible but ill-advised, as it can, in some situations, cause damage to the drivetrain of the vehicle being towed, if not carried out properly. At least, that's the advice we and much of the auto industry has stuck to, but now it appears that Ford thinks tow charging, when done right, could actually help EV adoption in more rural parts of the world. Last year, it applied for a patent describing a system by which an electric vehicle could be safely tow charged by a larger vehicle like a big rig or an RV, and that patent was published a few weeks ago. Rather than just use a tow hitch attached to the vehicle doing the towing with some simple tow rope, Ford's patent discussed a more sophisticated system that would moderate the charging of the vehicle being towed using conditional logic, making sure the vehicle being towed doesn't have its drivetrain or battery pack damaged. Honestly, I think investment in a decent charging network is a smarter move though.